Me and Natasha communicate so well. Like, why can't you do it? Like, I've told you so many times, like, why can't you communicate like Jimmy? Because Jimmy listens to his girlfriend or wife, but your husband or boyfriend is not Jimmy. Hello everyone, welcome back to 7 Alley. My name is Faith O, and today we're speaking about how couple goals could be the death of you. We all know the basis of what couple goals are, and also we probably also follow some couples that we consider couple goals. It could be in a spiritual way, it could be because they communicate well, or so we think. It could be because they go on vacation or don't have children and are financially free. We never really know what is behind closed doors. However, we always all think that whatever we see on social media, or even in a moment's notice when we are around people, that is what they are all the time. However, that is untrue, sis and guy. Let's talk about the 5 reasons why I think relationship goals could be the death of you. Number 1 is because it could be such an emotional strain and a mental strain on your relationship. A lot of the times, you might not even know, right? That you have to keep up appearances, or even your partner has to keep up these appearances too, because they think it's what you want, and it's also what you think they want too. And in turn, this makes each of you not be your authentic selves, not be who you really are. Instead, you probably will end up breaking up and realizing, oh my gosh, I was never myself. I was never actually comfortable in this relationship. And sometimes it's not even that you don't love the person, it's just because of the pressures of society. And also, I think just scrolling through social media, Facebook, Instagram, I think now TikTok people as well, those are the things that are constantly in your mind. And we might think, I just grow, it's just to pass time. But that is not how our mind works. Our mind doesn't work like, oh, okay, cool, we're just doing this because. Our mind actually collects data, right? And that's why at some point you'll end up feeling envious of maybe a couple. You'll end up feeling a certain way because why don't I have this in my relationship? Why is this not happening in my relationship? Why is my partner not responding the way that I want him to respond, or want her to respond? When in reality, if you don't communicate with that person, how can they know? And then your emotions and your mental well-being begin to deteriorate, because why are things not working the way that they're supposed to? And the way that they're supposed to is the definition that we're given by social media. Number 2, I think it could definitely ruin a relationship. I think couple goals can be the death of a relationship because everybody's just constantly trying to keep up, right? The guy is trying to make sure that he makes enough money to make sure that he can take you guys on a holiday, make sure that he buys you the flowers that you need, buys you all the other gifts too. And you also are trying to make sure that you keep up having a great body, making sure that you eat clean, having like a curvy body, and making sure that your hair is intact, your skin is intact. All of that requires so much. And I think kudos to you if you're doing this for yourself, making sure that you are in a healthy state, living well and having a good time. But when you are doing it for somebody else, you will end up resenting that person, and in turn that just ruins a relationship because you feel like you can't meet the expectations that another person has placed on you. And sis, sometimes it's not even the other person that's placing the expectations. Let's go to number 3, why I think that relationship goals could be the death of you. I think it could lead to financial ruin. We've already spoken about the gifts, the grand gestures, right? And the holidays. Those things are not cheap. And we live in an economy now where a lot of things are expensive, and it's about to probably get worse. When you go into trying to follow and meet these expectations of other people or goals that are set by other people, you will lead yourself into financial ruin because you are spending money you don't have. Let's be honest. People spend money that they do not have. And it is so hard to get out of that hole. It's so difficult to get out of a hole that you've dug for yourself. And then we end up going to, oh, men are trash, or women are bitchs because this girl made me do this, or that guy was like this, when you really could have just taken a step back and said, Yazin, like, I can't afford this. I can't do this. Maybe we can't go on this group vacation, babe, because I just didn't budget for it, and I can't go. These things that I need to do. But instead, you put those things in the back burner, your rent, maybe paying for your car and other things that are essential, to go on the group vacation, to spend all the money and do all the activities with a group of friends that maybe you won't even have for a really long time. Okay, number 4 is it can bring jealousy and comparison into your relationship. I do not think there's anything negative by seeing a couple and thinking, wow, they do this so well, and it would be nice if we could emulate that in our relationship in a positive way, in a way that would fit us, right? Not that you mimic everything that they do, just to learn a lesson from other people and say, wow, they do this really well, they manage their money really well, or they communicate really well, and babe, like, how can we figure out a way to do this for ourselves? I think that's great. But when now it's like, wow, Jimmy and Natasha communicate so well, like, why can't you do it? Like, I've told you so many times, like, why can't you communicate like Jimmy? Because Jimmy listens to his girlfriend or wife, but your husband or boyfriend is not Jimmy, right? He communicates differently. He receives communication in a different way than Jimmy, but you have now forgotten all of that and are just thinking you should be able to do this, right? And with guys, it's probably like, wow, like, this woman does 1, 2, and 3. You know, Natasha cooks and cleans and she does everything and doesn't complain. Why are you complaining? Just be like Natasha. Take it. Just do everything. And Natasha probably loves doing that. She enjoys it. And her and Jimmy probably have like a way that they work through their household and things that they have in place to make sure that they are both contributing equally, right? But in your household, you're just expecting your girl or your wife to just do certain things. The last one, which is number 5, why relationship goals could be the death of you. I think it could be so detrimental to your self-esteem. This leads coming from comparison and jealousy. If you are unable again to meet the requirements of a partner that isn't even in your relationship, it can lead to you losing your self-esteem. And that's quite sad, because we now live in a time in social media where people have daily routines, and that's great. I think it's really, really great. But everyone is different, as I have said. And if Betty wakes up at 5, works out, drinks her green juice, and does all of that, that's great. And that's not Natasha's like daily routine. Natasha might wake up at like 8 and maybe have some coffee while she watches or catches up with some TV, because the kids are around at night. So I think it is very important to like realize that everybody's schedule is different, and what works for one person will not work for another person, and that's completely okay. Just, it sucks saying this, but maybe just stay in your lane. Staying in your lane is not a bad thing. We've used that, I guess, in a very negative way, to be like, sis, just stay in your lane. But honestly, it's good to stay in your lane. You can grow at your own pace, at the right pace, and you will actually benefit from all of that. Instead of comparing your growth to other people, maybe just stay in your own lane and grow at the rate that you should be growing. A rate that will be beneficial to you. We can learn from other people in a positive way, but not try to mimic what they have. Anyway, okay, I don't know what you guys think about this, but what do you think about relationship goals? Are there any couples that you look up to? And please don't feel badly having to look up to people, but I'm really curious, because I know a lot of people look up to like celebrities, and I'm so careful with that, because now we've seen throughout the years people getting divorced, and for multiple reasons, because we don't really know the true story or the grits of everything that's happening. So tell me, what is it that you want to see in a relationship? Do you have a couple that you see as relationship goals? And do you think it's a positive thing? Let me know in the comments down below. And I'm looking forward to starting a great conversation with you guys. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and press that notification bell because it definitely helps out the channel. See you guys in the next one. Bye.